Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Brett Pritchard. We're here with you today for the next hour, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. We appreciate all of you out there being with us each and every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, right here on the Auburn Blitz. Kind of an exciting time right now for Auburn football as they are moving toward a scrimmage tomorrow at Jordan-Hare Stadium. That's always kind of a benchmark. As you get to that first scrimmage, it kind of separates. You start to get an idea maybe of what the team's going to look like. We've already, I think, seen some indications of that from people seeing the beginnings of practice, 15, 20 minutes. You saw, I think, a first team yesterday of Zach Calzada running the first team at quarterback. Killian Zaire and Austin Troxell at the tackle positions. Interesting, you saw Brandon Council at that one guard, Cam Stutz with the first team at right guard,
right,
and of course Nick Brahms there at center. But the usual suspects in the backfield. I think Malcolm Johnson running the first team with the wide receivers. Tavares Dawson, a guy that we've heard so much about with so much potential. I think I can't remember who the other one was right off the top of my head, but interesting. Oh, Shed Jackson, of course. That was your starting wide receiver. So perhaps that is. Maybe that will change after tomorrow. We will have to wait and see, but we'll talk about that a little bit, kind of set that up. J.C. Hart, a defensive back from Lochapoka, set to make his announcement today. He is a prospect that's kind of blown up here in the last couple of months. I mean, he's rated as a 3-star, but I think they basically just gave him that because they didn't really know what else to do with him. He is a bigger guy. I think he's 6'1", but he ran I think he ran a 4.37 at Auburn, and that kind of opened people's eyes. They're like, whoa, this guy, we need to take a little bit closer look at him. So Vanderbilt's in on it. He's a very smart guy, 4.0. I think he wants to be an engineer. So, I think that Auburn seems like a good spot for that. But Mississippi State, Central Florida, also in on him as well. Set to make his announcements, I believe, at 5 o'clock this afternoon. It would be another nice piece to add to this Auburn class that would just continue. Again, not at the pace we'd all like, but nonetheless, every time you add a quality piece to it, it looks better and better and better. So hopefully that will continue to happen. Mark your calendars, August the 27th. Auburn did this last year. They're going to do it again this year. Going to have an open practice. All the public is invited to Jordan-Hare Stadium. If you want to come and watch this practice, you can be a part of it. Obviously, they'll have cheerleaders and band and all kind of stuff there. Right. Not doing the autographs anymore, Brett. No autographs of players or coaches. So keep your memorabilia at home. So
if you want to come watch a practice where you'll absolutely see nothing, come to that one.
Does that sadden you? I mean, did you ever go to one of those?
Oh, yeah, when I was growing up.
The autograph? I never went to one.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I don't really miss it.
Yeah.
But
obviously you didn't ever care.
I mean, it was never that big a deal.
Yeah, that's fine.
I saw the Bo Jackson and quite a few of the 80s teams, they came to junior college here, and I get Pop Warner. And I got their autograph then.
You're telling your age.
Well, that's true.
So
Enos was there as well.
Enos, good God. Yeah, you really are telling your age.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. When Pop Warner, that was like 84.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
There you go, 83, 84. So, but anyway, yeah, that August 22nd, just a thank you to the fans to come in. But again, fan days are big, but since COVID, the world has changed,
True.
And the close proximity and, trying to keep somewhat of a bubble around your teammates, because it's going to continue to rear its head here and there. It's still a factor out there.
Yeah, I'll be perfectly honest with you. Until you just said that, it has not even entered my mind that somebody might miss a game this year because of COVID.
And they could.
And they very well.
And they very well. I mean, it's not gone. I mean, unfortunately, it's not. But it's nowhere near what we were dealing with last year and the year before. So, kudos to that. But no, basically autograph session for kids, and maybe that'll come back next year.
Maybe so.
It's good for the kids. It's good for them to. And it's hard to manage an event like that. When we were in sports information, I hated it. I mean, 'cause we had to pretty much set everything up, and you got so many people, and it's only like 2 hours long. It's like from 1 to 3 p.m. Ain't no way you can get to everybody and see all the people. And certain players, their line was out the door, and I mean, what you gonna do? Wait in that line for an hour and a half and get one autograph, and then not see anybody else? I mean. It's very limited in what you can do, but I guess it's more of a thank you to the fans is what it was. So
yeah. J.C. Hart, I mean, a lot of the crystal balls point to Auburn, but again, that has not seemed to make much difference lately. But I feel pretty good about this one.
Need to quit reading the crystal balls when it comes to Auburn lately, because it hadn't worked out very well for us on a lot of them, but. He is right up the road, and I would normally say that was a shoe-in, but in the past it hadn't been. So, but all indications seem to be leading, and he'll end up committing to Auburn.
Don't remember a lot of big-time prospects coming from Lochapoka.
Well, I'm talking in general. Anybody up the road.
I just mean specifically.
Oh no,
from
right,
there. So
right.
I mean that's a
big
deal for them.
Smaller school. So, but an opportunity for them to get some exposure, and he'll be another one of those kids that we watch closely on Friday nights, as this is a loaded class of athletes here in the state of Alabama, and on our scoreboard show every Friday night we'll talk about them, and we'll kind of do recruit profiles and kind of tell you how everybody's doing. So,
well, we talked a little bit yesterday. The offensive assistants got interviewed after the Wednesday practice. Yesterday, it was the defensive assistants' turns. Interesting, some of the things that they had to say, some of the specific names that are brought up from a lot of these coaches and what they're doing and how they're looking so far in practice, who the leaders are emerging on this team. Also, our good buddy Jim Hardy sent me something the other day. College football most hated teams since 1985.
We're number one.
We are number 4 on the list.
I saw us.
2010 Auburn team is the 4th most hated team. Really?
Who was ahead?
Did people? I get it. I guess people hated because they hated Cam Newton.
That's right.
But I mean,
who
the guy was so.
Who were the 3 that
well,
beat
he was
us out?
Auburn.
But
well,
who were the 3 that beat us out?
2014 FSU, Jameis Winston.
Everybody hated that.
Everybody hated. I would agree with that.
Gosh.
2005 USC.
Yeah,
because and everybody was so glad to see Texas beat them.
That's right.
Yeah. And number 1, 1986 Miami, who lost the national title game to Penn State.
But everybody hated the punks.
Oh, this was the one where they were, they were in fatigues, getting off the bus.
Oh, yeah.
Right. that whole crew. That I think, who was it? He used to write for Sports Illustrated. I can't remember. He likes golf, but I can't remember. He had a great line. Said, Miami would be the only team that would have their team picture taken from the front and the side. Yeah. But anyway, that number 1 most hated team since 1985, the 1986 Miami. So we'll run down some more of those later in the show. But does that surprise you that Auburn's on that list at all? Or no?
Not really, because we seem to make hated lists for some reason. I don't know what Auburn did to everybody at some point in time in their lives, but people just like to hate us. I don't know what it is. I mean, we really hadn't made that much noise. What have we done to anybody? I mean, it's not like we booted people out of things.
This is true.
But
he sent me another list too. It was like most annoying fan bases.
Well, we're number 1 there.
I think we were 2.
No.
Oh, we were number 1? I thought we were number 2.
I think we were number 1.
We may have been number 1.
Most annoying fan base.
Now, I can see that. I mean, I get it. Everybody.
Or maybe it was Ohio State 1 and we were 2.
I think that
I think that's what it was. Alabama was 4. How in the world are we ahead of them?
I
there?
don't. Well,
There's no way.
I think it's people resent the family aspect that Auburn dives into.
Right. Okay.
And I can see why that might get annoying for people. But there's no way. There's no way that you're telling me LSU fans are not more annoying than our Tennessee fans. I mean, have you watched the Tennessee baseball game?
Georgia's one of the worst of all. I mean, the Tennessee baseball games this year, you wanted to jump through the TV and punch everybody in the stands.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what, especially the players on the field. I mean, just so brazen and she flipping everybody off, and I've never seen it. It was so much fun to watch Notre Dame beat them.
And again, not flipping them off from the dugout.
No.
Flipping them off as you round second base.
Like again, I'm not a big Notre Dame fan, but I was that weekend, and it was so funny to watch the dismay and the tears of those Tennessee players getting it shoved right back in their face, like they so deserved. And this new book with Nick Saban that's come out, kind of charters the waters of the kick six and talks about that. And he was so upset after that game, emotionally, he barely could talk. And, there were a lot of players talking about that, so they'd never seen that side. And, it's come out in that book that Nick Saban, he kind of kicked around the possibility of saying, I've had enough of this.
Yeah. Here, interesting thing here on those hated teams. 1986 Miami lost the national championship game. 2005 USC lost the national championship game. 2014 FSU got beat by Oregon in the playoffs, right? Auburn, the first team on that list, that actually won. So they rubbed it in. You didn't have a chance to say, hey, you hated team, ooh, I'm glad you got beat.
Right.
Perfection, that's kind of, maybe that's another thing.
Jameis Winston called everybody that.
Remember the whoop when he just fumbled the ball?
That was a whole reel of just screw-ups.
We got to take a break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed, and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest deer expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, BHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey, it's Brett Pritchard, and I'm here to tell you all about Sims Foods, who you know better as Wickles Pickles. Wickles Pickles, that 90-year-old recipe, wickedly delicious. Relish, okra, and pickles. From Saturday sandwiches, tailgate snacks, to holiday dinners with your family and friends. From their family to yours, Wickles Pickles, those wickedly delicious pickles.
Wickles Pickles, wickedly delicious pickles.
It's been 30 years. 30 years of growth. 30 years of dedication. 30 years of service and value to our great customers. 30 years of automotive technology and innovation. We are proud to celebrate our anniversary at Glenn Smith Chevrolet Buick GMC in Opelika, making you smile for 30 years.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you for about 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. As I mentioned, it was the defensive assistant's turns to go to the microphone yesterday. Got some comments from Rock Bellatoni, the special teams coordinator, edge coach, said, talking about the edge players, we are a family. We are a family.
There you go.
There you go.
That's why Auburn's an
That's why they hate them. Those guys are fun to be around. They let them get on them because they trust me. They let me get on them because they trust me. They know that I love them, so when I don't get on them, when I get on them, it's coming from a good place. We have a really good blind. This is the opposite of Ike Hilliard. Ike Hilliard said, I don't yell at the players. I guess Rock is saying I do yell at the players.
If you're named Rock Bellatoni,
you better get on.
And you're quiet, something's wrong.
That's probably.
That sounds like somebody that should live up in the Jersey region.
Yeah,
he
sounds like a Rodney Garner type.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
He's gonna break you down, but it's for your own good.
Well, I mean, everybody's got their own coaching style, and I heard you and David talk about it a little bit yesterday. And I think more than coaches, I think players, you have to understand which players need to be kicked in the rear end and which ones need to be hugged a little bit. Now, I'm not saying you will go around coddling everybody, but every player does not respond the same way. Some want that, they yearn for that jolt, that, hey, jump in me, get in me, I know that'll wake me up. Others shut down when you do that to them. And if you don't understand your players, then that can be a problem. So I think maybe more than a coach, it's about knowing which players respond to what. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And some coaches see, ability in players that other coaches don't. Will Muschamp looked at Deshaun Davis and said, that kid can't play in the SEC. Kevin Steele came in and said, that kid can play in the SEC.
How many bad decisions did Will Muschamp make over his career?
Well,
he was literally one of the worst coaches at Florida. I mean, to have the talent they had.
He's an assistant coach, and that's where he should have stayed.
And then he tried his luck at South Carolina, and it didn't work either. So,
now he's DC at Georgia.
Right. He's been everywhere. He's been all over the conference.
He's been at Alabama. He's been at LSU,
that's
right?
what I'm saying.
Has he been at Alabama? Or is he just with Saban? Was he there?
I think he was. No, he didn't ever go to Alabama.
Okay.
He was at LSU.
Maybe he was an assist or an analyst or something. Maybe.
He's been everywhere.
He has been everywhere, though.
I've been everywhere.
If
I
I
wrote that song.
Yeah, that's right. Who was that? It was Johnny Cash sang it, but I Hate Snow made it. I think he made it famous.
I think so. Well, when Will Muschamp lived up to it.
He did. If I asked you, looking at this team right now, what is the biggest weakness on this team that you would say?
Harsin? No, I mean
Terry? Let's go to Terry.
Hello, I'm sorry. No, seriously, the biggest weakness on the team's linebackers.
I've heard a lot of really good things about Cam.
Well, I know you've heard a lot of good things about stuff in a practice. None of them really gotten into the trenches during a SEC game on the road at 7 o'clock at night. So I talked to Gary on his show this morning about it. I bragged on Wesley Steiner. I bragged on, Asante. I bragged on a lot of potential, and I think that's all it is right now. Owen Papo was a very highly ranked recruit. Auburn was very, very happy to get him. He's been hampered with injuries most of his career, so we haven't been able to see a full year of what Owen Papo can do. Now, I would love to see that because I think he's got potential to be one of the better linebackers in the entire conference when he's on the field and when he's healthy. But outside of that, there's not a lot of depth there, and there's a lot of unprovenness there. On the defensive front, they got some depth, and you got some, sure enough, preseason first team, all SEC guys up there in Derek Hall and Colby Wooden and have a potential to have outstanding years. And then you add in the guys that came in, Jason Jones, Jeffrey Mbaugh, add Dylan Brooks in there, EQ Leota. You just keep going down the list. There's plenty of players there. Linebacker, you look down the line and who's done something. You don't see a lot of tackles in that room. So there's not saying they're not good. They got to go prove themselves. Right now, I think that was if I had to pick a place, that'd be the weakest. So I don't think Jim said biggest weakness O-line ? It better not be. And you got guys up there for 6 or 7 years and they're still weak, and that's still a weak part of your team. Then I don't know much else that you can do for those guys. I mean, I'm serious.
Now, if physically we're not, and to be perfectly honest, like you said, you've been there in this system, and now you've had the same coach for 2 years.
Right.
Technique and knowing the play calls, knowing all the situations.
Being on the
that
same
cannot
page.
be an
No,
excuse.
it
That
can't
can't
be
be
an
an excuse.
No.
So the only thing it could be would be physical. And if you've had 5
Is there
or
a
6
more
years
veteran
to
offensive
get your
line
body
in the entire country?
In what?
Is there a more veteran line?
No.
Than anywhere in the country?
I don't know if there's
Can't be.
I don't know if there's ever been one in college football history.
Period. So, right. I mean, they got some guys pushing a decade down there. But I'm serious.
He's been there 7 years.
7 years, man.
Yeah. Well, he hadn't been at Auburn 7 years, but he's been in college 7 years for sure. Brandon Council. We got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show, brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro. The Eric McKinley team, saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248. 256-397-0248. That's Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Listening or going back to some of the defensive coaches, assistant coaches, Zach Etheridge, a very important member of this staff. Really, I was very skeptical when we hired Zach Etheridge, but man, he has turned out to be one of the driving forces on this defensive or on this coaching staff, and he's become such a great recruiter, and I think he's a really good coach as well. So I think we kind of hit the jackpot with him coming over and being a young guy. But he's talking about Nehemiah Pritchett and Jalen Simpson. Those are going to be your two starters at cornerback, trying to replace Roger McCreary. That's going to be a task. But he says these two guys are up to it. Very impressed with their work ethic, he said, the way they attack practice every day. Set the bar really high in terms of what it's supposed to look like. They're the leaders in that backfield. So I feel pretty comfortable with those guys back there. They got a lot of experience last year, and I think they've got some pretty good players backing them up too, with Keontae Scott coming over from junior college, as well as some of the other guys. So the defensive backfield I feel pretty good about.
Yeah, I mean, you lose, a top NFL draft pick in Roger McCreary, but
and Smoke Monday.
Smoke Monday, but you want to. That's what you.
Is that a big loss?
Time to time, Smoke Monday was, he could really impact the game.
He made plays
both ways. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Smoke Monday, he could come up and make some unbelievable plays, and he also could get burnt 2 or 3 times and cost you. But no, I think as a whole, this group, Donovan Kaufman as the nickelback guy, and just the depth overall, I think that a lot of people kind of overlook this group of the team. Could be a strength. It's going to have to be. In this conference now, with the way the football's thrown, you better be good in the secondary. And what helps your secondary, Andy? Great pressure up front, right? So Auburn really kind of has the 1-2 punch. Here's where Auburn's got to be concerned is against the run. Again, that's where your linebackers come in. Your defensive lineman taking on blocks opens up paths for linebackers to make plays. But when those guards pull and those tight ends get out in space and they're used as blockers, Auburn's got to prove that they can stop the run, and that's always the priority in this league is stopping the other team's running attack. If you do that, you really kind of make a team one-dimensional. And that's where Auburn, I think, can be really special with their pressure up front, and it'll give the secondary players an opportunity to make some plays and cause some turnovers.
Look, speaking to your point, worried about linebackers. Christian Robinson comes out talking about Cam Riley, changed his body, taking the steps we wanted him to take. He's put on good weight. If you're going to have that length, you got to have that weight. You have to bend more sitting down. With him, I just told him, you have the frame to be a great player. We just have to give you the confidence and the tools.
Right.
Like you said, I mean, he's got to take the next step. He's got to prove it on the field. There's
going to be a lot of auditions.
Donovan Kaufman got to be that other one sport
right.
in that nickel position.
I told Gary this morning on his show, I said, this team's got a lot of 4- and 5-star guys on it when you look down the list. And we especially talked about the defense. Part of the problem last year was our offense was unable to sustain drives, and defense had to play a lot of the game. And that was the case against Georgia. It was the case against Alabama. It was the reason we lost against Houston in the bowl game. Just a drive here or there. A couple more first downs, being able to sustain to keep the ball away from the other team is the difference in Auburn being what they were versus winning 9 games. I mean, that's the truth of it. So if you don't think the little things matter, they do. And the offense is going to have to help this defense. Again, this defense can be really good. They've got a lot of highly ranked players, but you can't expect these guys to be on the field the whole game. They just won't last. And offense just makes your defense better. If you're keeping them off the field and keeping them fresh, keeping the other team's defense on the field, your chances and odds go up. And don't turn the football over. Don't put your defense in really precarious situations. Put their backs against the wall. So I think it really all starts. The success of this team, Andy, is going to be predicated on whether Auburn can sustain drives. We've struggled against really good teams to keep drives going. You don't have to score every time. I several high school coaches over the years that I've had the pleasure of sitting down and talking to, and they talk about their philosophy. He said, the goal is to get in the end zone, but our offense can be productive without scoring. Our offense can do some things. They can change field position. They can eat time off the clock. They can be efficient. It's okay to punt the football and play field position sometimes, but 3 and outs, going to wear you down at the end of the day. So I think you take that approach. You have to – every drive is different depending on where you get the football, and I think you have to look at it from a perspective of, all right, what can I do on this particular drive? what would make this a win? 3 first downs. All of a sudden we've changed field position. Now we can do some different things, or know what you can do and try to help your defense.
So much of that will be based on, can you convert a 3rd and 1? Auburn has had so much. We've had trouble doing that.
Don't you bring that stat up? That's the most common stat during the season over the last 3 years is our 3rd down conversion rate.
3rd and less than 3, we've not been good.
And you've got to move the chains, though. You have to.
I mean,
it starts with our quarterback, whoever it is, being able to make the throws that you absolutely have to make in your sleep. Those are the ones we've missed. We saw T.J. Finley do it in Mayday game. Come make an unbelievable throw, then come back and make one that you got to make. It's not that tough. And he misfires. Bo Nix did the same thing. Cost us the Georgia game.
Up against the break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with another segment of the Auburn Blitz.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Hey guys, this is Nate Pass with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house, you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, Brubaker, Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Brett here with you. Just a couple of more segments left in today's show on this lovely Friday afternoon. Everybody looking forward to the weekend, I'm sure, to a little high school football tonight.
That's it.
Benjamin Russell, they're going to have a little jamboree or a little scrimmage type matchup. I'm sure they're probably doing that a lot of places around.
Yeah, I had a lot of them last night and got a whole bunch of them tonight. So
looking forward to it.
That's right. Week 0 is next week. I know it's kind of odd, but
so what is this? Week -1?
This is just nothing. Yeah, this is if you wanted to play a jamboree, you could play a jamboree. So
week -1.
Right, I said -1. So, but everywhere across the state, a lot of games going on. Very intriguing matchup between Benjamin Russell and Madison Academy. Madison Academy, team that was 12-2 last year, went to the semifinals in 3A, and lost to Aniana 28-24. So over the last 10 years, Madison Academy has been one of the more dominant teams in the state, and they've won 3 state championships in that span, and some great players have come through that program. Y'all named them yesterday, and they'll have some more talented players tonight. So looking forward to seeing them. We've called them several times in state championship games in the Super 7, and they'll bring a good football team in here tonight. So
college football's most hated team since 1985. This comes from 24/7 Sports. Number 10. The 2012 Texas A&M, Johnny Manziel bursts onto the scene.
Money Manziel.
I know I didn't care for that team as they beat Auburn 63-12 or whatever. 63-21, I think.
Pretty much anybody would have beat Auburn 63-12. Don't hate them because of how poor we were that year. Hey, they took care of Alabama that year.
They did.
Up there.
Didn't win anything.
No, they didn't. Ended up losing.
Was that the year they played Duke in the bowl game? And it went back and forth, and it was a shootout, or was that the next year?
I think it was the next year.
Okay.
Yeah, it was the next year. They had a chance. If they'd have beaten LSU, would have gone to the SEC championship game, I think.
That sounds right.
And LSU beat them.
Yeah.
In College
And it
Station.
ended up being Alabama and Georgia in the SEC title game, right?
It did.
So
no, of course, Alabama won the national championship that year. So.
Number 9, again, not one of my favorite teams. 2017 Central Florida.
Really?
Team that beat Auburn in a bowl game and went undefeated.
Trust me,
I think people hate them because they claim the national championship.
Yeah, they just kind of got on everybody's nerves.
I mean,
they had a good team.
But if I was them, I'd have done the same thing.
Of course. Why not?
Ain't no question.
Guess what? They're getting publicity, aren't they?
Absolutely. And now Danny White's at Tennessee, isn't he? He's somewhere not in Central Florida.
That's right.
Okay. Number 8 on the list, your 2002 Ohio State. The phantom pass interference against Miami.
What a ripoff.
And one go, Maurice Claret. Nobody really liked Maurice Claret, and with good reason.
Right.
Now I think he's turned his life around. He's doing some really good things now, and that's great. But
at the time, it wasn't very good.
And nobody really liked him. Jim Tressel was new, I think, on the scene.
Sweater
the vest.
Do we have
close
a call?
to the vest? I didn't see. I think that may be.
No motion?
I think that may be something for somebody else.
Okay.
How about number 7, 2017 Oklahoma? The only reason people hate this team is because of, what's his name? Brody. What's the quarterback?
Talking about Baker Mayfield?
Baker Mayfield.
Brody.
I can't.
You know, that guy's name starts with a B.
Why not?
You know that Brody guy?
He did the crotch grab
Mayfield.
on
Yeah,
the
of course. He
sideline.
went up to shake the.
He planted the flag.
Shake the kid's hand at midfield, and he refused to shake his hand. He's like, I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Brody Mayfield.
Brody Mayfield. Who is now with who?
He's with the Panthers.
Panthers.
Yeah.
Okay. Is he going to be the starter there, you think? Nobody knows.
Who cares?
1993. Notre Dame coming in at number 6. This Notre Dame team, if I recall, lost. They beat Florida State in the middle of the year. A very good Florida State team.
Right.
Beat them, but then they lost a very inexplicable game versus Boston College. I think Boston College kicked a game-winning field goal at the end, maybe.
Right.
So Florida State's got one loss. Notre Dame's got one loss. But Notre Dame beat Florida State, but yet Florida State gets the nod to go to the Orange Bowl to play Nebraska for the national championship and ends up winning.
And they won.
So why do people hate Notre Dame? I think people just
hate
Notre Dame.
hate
Notre Dame to hate Notre Dame. Yeah.
They've been irrelevant.
This wasn't even the 88 national championship
No,
team.
the 93 team.
They did only win
Florida,
one. 96. Hey,
Yeah,
I like that team.
You liked them?
I mean, they beat our brains in.
Of course they did.
51-10. But, they destroyed Florida State in the national title game, too. Danny Werfel and that fun and gun, that was some of the most fun offense.
Now, they got after it. There's no doubt.
Now, and because they took it on the chin the year before from Nebraska.
They did. Boy,
So,
they got whipped.
they got obliterated, embarrassed.
He came right back and won it.
And you know what he did? He went out and hired Bob Stoops. And he put a defense on the field. That was the difference. So there you go. Then your top 4, as we mentioned earlier, number 2010 Auburn, 2014 Florida State, 2005 USC, and the number 1 most hated team, 1986 Miami.
Not a single Alabama team?
Nah,
that wouldn't be our top team.
What would be your most hated Alabama team? Take a pick. I really despise that 92 team pretty good. But then again,
all the above.
Yeah, you take your pick.
That's right.
That's quite a
Don't make me narrow it down.
Yeah, 2009, I kind of despise that team too. All right, we got to take a break. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your number 1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Columbiana Tractor presents the world's largest deer expo, August 12th through 14th, BJCC. 11 hunt giveaways, the Turtle Man, the Aspirin Buster Frank Addington, Eddie Salter, Big Buck Contest, DHA Bow Competition, Cornhole Tournament, Trout Pond, and Barney Fife. WorldDeerExpo.com, August 12th through 14th, BJCC.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Friday afternoon. Again, Auburn going to have a scrimmage, the first of fall camp tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Hopefully some good information coming from that, and we will see what happens moving forward if things get narrowed down any as far as a lot of the position battles go. And remember also, mark it down on your calendar, August the 27th, Auburn family football preseason kickoff. All fans invited to Jordan-Hare Stadium to watch practice. Kickoff about 2 o'clock, kind of an all-day thing.
Going?
So probably not, but that's okay. I don't get a whole lot out of practice. I like going to the games.
You're kind of an Allen Iverson kind of guy.
I am. That's right. So it is August the 12th. How about two momentous occasions on this day?
Sure are.
I mean, that really changed life on Earth, if you really think about it. These may be two of the greatest inventions that have ever happened in the history of mankind. Let's just be honest.
I totally agree.
I mean, outside of fire, which we just discovered that. We didn't create it.
Can you imagine the first person that discovered that?
By accident,
so
lightning
what is
strike.
this? And then
you're
they
like,
touch it.
holy man, that's
And then
hot.
they touch it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Do you even know what hot was? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's right.
1908, on this day, August the 12th, Henry Ford and his company built the first Model T car. And
Pretty
soon,
impactful invention.
The automobile would, take over and change life as we know it. 1981, IBM on this day introduces its first personal computer, the PC or PC-DOS version 1. And now look what now you got a computer in your hand.
How much money is that thing worth if somebody still had one? I mean, seriously.
What do you think they would have imagined if you showed if you showed them a cell phone in 1981? What could they probably could have seen it coming.
These two inventions were massive, and the cell phone itself was massive. But the iPhone, when it was introduced, maybe the single most influential invention ever.
Yeah.
I mean, it has driven.
And it may be one of the, and we may look back on it as one of the worst of what it's done to people.
Of course.
Now,
It's
you could argue.
created people, it made them zombies.
How many people have been killed in car accidents and maimed? I mean, so you could say, there's good and bad and everything. So,
oh, absolutely.
But, yeah,
they definitely are a distract.
It's all a matter of, we got a phone call.
Yeah, either that or he's surfing away.
Yeah, right.
Caller, go ahead. What's up, caller? John, are you with us?
Yes, sir. Hello.
What's up?
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Pretty good. I was just scrolling through a new TV setup we got, and we moved in Auburn, turned on Auburn Blitz, and saw you guys wanted to call in and talk about the quarterback situation. What do you guys think about Robbie Ashford?
I think Robbie Ashford's got a tremendous upside. I think I talked about it. I was on another show this morning and doing the Auburn segment up in Tuscaloosa, and Gary Harris asked me about Robbie Ashford's, what's the chances? And I think if Auburn were to have a package, let's say he doesn't win the starting job, if it's Zach Calzada or TJ Finley or whoever, I think Robbie Ashford there'll be a package for that guy. I think
I agree.
He'll have some opportunities to play this year if he's not the starter.
I agree. I'd like to see him definitely get a fair share of snaps. I'd like to see Calzada as well. I'm still skeptical about Finley and
you and everybody else.
The moped scene with him running from cops might not help his chances, but we'll see.
Yeah, he, and again, not to bash him. I know he's trying, and I just think we've seen a lot of what TJ Finley brings to the table, and I'm just not sure it's enough for Auburn to be successful in this conference.
I agree. I wish he would run around a little bit more.
Right. And he may do that. We may see a different version of him this year, but we'll have to wait and see.
I hadn't seen it yet.
No. I think that's what Robbie Ashford brings to the table for is a little bit of mobility.
Right. I think Robbie Ashford needs some experience, and I think he's going to be a heck of a quarterback. I think he will be.
I agree. Well, all right, fellas.
John, thank you for finding us and giving us a call, brother. We appreciate it.
Spread the word.
Thank you, sir.
Have a good one.
All right, you too. Call us. You and I just talked about it. The show during football season. Really, the fans, the viewers run this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we want your calls, want your comments. We give you the platform, and we love to have conversations with you. So we
got a
appreciate
feeling, good or bad, there's going to be a lot of conversation about Auburn this year.
I think so. Flip a coin.
Yeah. Happy birthday today, Christy Mathewson, one of the greatest pitchers in his era. Went into World War I, was exposed to chemical weapons. He was in the chemical weapons division. Accidentally, during a training session, it compromised his respiratory system. He ended up getting tuberculosis and dying at a young age. Sad story, but nonetheless, great pitcher, Hall of Famer. Cecil B. DeMille, great, our world-famous director back in the day, 10 Commandments. Joe Besser, he replaced Shemp, who replaced Curley.
God.
He was very brief. It was not a favorite.
I remember that guy.
Yeah, he was not very good. Jane Wyatt, Father Knows Best. She was also Spock's mom. Porter Wagner, Buck Owens. Jack Scarbath, he was a Hall of Fame quarterback. John Cazale, Fredo from The Godfather. George Hamilton, Mark Knopfler, Sam Jones, he was Flash Gordon. Anthony Ray, otherwise known as Sir Mix-a-Lot.
How about that?
Baby got back.
Bloody milk biscuit.
Born today. Jim Schlossnagel, Pete Sampras, Casey Affleck. He's brother-in-law of Jennifer Lopez.
How about that?
Antoine Walker, Plexico Burris, famous for shooting himself in the leg in a nightclub.
That's exactly right.
And Tyson Fury, a weird dude, but a good boxer. That's going to wrap it up for us.
No doubt.
He's Brad. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.